Welcome back to BrandonBands.com, right here on CJ 106.5 FM. That was Steppin' on Mars with Better Without Me, and I have my guest back. Actually, I didn't kick her out. She was here the whole time listening to the song.
And singing along.
Cat Boy, the Rockographer. You've worked with other bands. Making Gravy.
Making Gravy. Absolutely love Making Gravy.
Yeah.
The talent is just jaw-dropping.
Yep.
Just love them. And they won X Fest.
Yes, they
so
did.
They'll be playing Dibs to Making Gravy.
Yeah.
Left of Center. Effect and Cause. Mm-hmm. These guys are just brand new, and they're just amazing.
Very good musicians, those kids. Yep.
We weren't able to hear them at Ridge Fest, but we missed them. And we actually played their music at Ridge Fest to give them kudos.
I don't think they were able to play Ridge Fest because they moved everything into the bar, and these kids are like 15 and 16 years old. So
it was a real downer, but I emailed all of them. I emailed each of them, and I told them that it was a big regret that we would be missing them. So.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They'll be back. They'll be around next year, so they'll get some spots.
I told them, like I said, you guys are young. There's a lot of time for rock and roll.
Lots of time left.
And Groove Kitchen.
Yeah, that's a brand new band here in town. A fellow by the name of Mike Leach, their guitar. I actually got to meet him this last weekend. It was a pleasure to meet him. Absolutely. I think we must have talked for 2 hours at Ridge Fest, just me and him.
Kids singing for them.
Yeah, that's a pretty good band. They've got something good going on there. So yeah.
I can't hang out with Kit too much because if we're sitting together, then it's Kit, Cat. The obvious jokes, so we just say hi and then separate.
Some of the venues, or do you have any other bands that you want to mention before we go on?
Give a shout out to Shattered from Estevan.
Yeah.
Bed of Roses and Whole Lot of Angus hired me from Winnipeg. They came in to get me to take shots of them, so
awesome.
They were really happy with that.
So this is Bed of Roses is a Bon Jovi tribute act out of Winnipeg?
You betcha.
Yeah. And how are they? First of all, I really wanted to get down there and see them. I'm an in-the-closet Bon Jovi fan, if you can believe it. George is laughing at me. But it is true. But I really wanted, I wasn't able to. Next time they come, I'm definitely going to go down there. What were they like to work with? You're looking at...
They're the #1 Bon Jovi tribute band. They got that reputation, and they just came back from overseas.
Oh, good for those guys.
And they're a really, really nice bunch of guys.
Cool. Some of the venues that we've worked at, you've worked at, the multiple band jams for cancer, the multiple Ridge Fests now, we've got 5 under our belt, Rock in the Fields of Minnedosa.
As things come up, my first was Rock in the Fields, and that was a big one for me. That was the big step, because I didn't know if I could take on something like that. So I walked up to the office, took a deep breath, walked in the door, and there's Tom, and he's sitting there with 1,000 phones around him answering calls, and he puts down the phone and stands up and says, "Who are you?"
Right.
And I said, I'm Kat. I'm a photographer. I'll be covering the event. I'll hand you any pictures, and I just wanted to let you know who I was.
Great.
And he went, "Oh, okay. I'll let security know, and thank you very much for all your help." And that was just the beginning of something. If you're going to say you can do something, you better make sure you can do it.
That's right.
So backed up my words with pictures, and I've been back every single year.
That's awesome.
And spun off from that for Ridge Fest with Frank and Lyle, and the band jam for cancer with Chris, of course. Fader Fest. Chris has got me there. It's their second year?
Yeah, this last summer.
This summer was their second time that they did it.
The second time in a row we couldn't play it.
No kidding.
It almost looks as though we don't want to, but it's not the case. We do want to. It just doesn't work out. But yeah, how has Chris Fader's been like? That's a pretty good event there. You usually get some younger bands to come down and rock out.
They really promote a lot of the younger bands, so it's really nice. It's a nice way to kick it off because it's sort of training you. I find each event is a little bit more training to get you ready for RFM.
Right.
So.
And RFM is like the big one for you?
RFM is the big one.
You guys spend the whole weekend out there and taking all the bands?
I'm out there all 4 days.
Let's talk about
camp, everything. Oh, also want to mention that I cover the 70s Social, which is thrown by Chris and Christine Verinder every year.
Where does that take place?
They rent a social hall, and they raise money for Special Olympics.
Good for those guys, right on. let's talk about some of your favorite bands. You must have some favorites. I know you don't want to choose. It's like having kids. You can't tell one you love one more than the other, but you can really. So we want the list. We want a list of some of your favorites. I got it right on the spot here.
My favorite Brandon bands.
Well, you know what? Here, let me make it real simple on you. Let's pick your top 10. You don't have to put them in any order. Well, top 5, because 10's, what's the cover to do. Your top 5, you don't have to put them in any order, but your 5 favorite bands.
I love Fugger.
And why do you love them so much? What is it about them?
I love Fugger because they support everybody. I love Fugger because they have fun on stage, and when you're playing tunes, if you have fun, then that makes the tunes good.
Right.
I love the fact that they put it out there and put an album out. That's a lot of respect for me when a band does that.
Cool.
I love the riffs that you play on the song One More.
Oh, thank you very much.
I love Chris's voice.
Yeah, he's okay. He does all right.
The thing with a lot of these bands is when I listen to them, I do have that moment that I have to admit for a couple of seconds. When I hear people play, I have to step back and say, I know these people. Calm down.
Yeah.
Because when I watch all you guys up on stage, you really are stars.
Oh, in our own minds. That's what we like to say.
Yeah, well.
Especially George. He's got a big shining star, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've had one. Let's name some other ones.
The Rabbits.
What do you like about them in particular? What is it about them?
Oh, they're so their music is so emotional.
Right.
It's like a journey when you listen to their albums. It just carries you through. I can't put on one song when I listen to an 18 Rabbit tune. I have to listen to the whole thing. It's just I know them so well. I can hear each piece of them in the writing of the song.
Cool.
So I just love the Rabbits. The Knockout, they're a big one for me. The talent.
Yeah.
The talent. They just shine, just jaw-dropping when I watch them play. Absolutely amazing. Making Gravy.
Oh, yes. They're a fan favorite, those guys, eh?
There are reasons in this world to get out there and scream, and
Right.
these guys know how to do it properly. I mean, they get out there, and I just love to thrash. There are times when I just love to thrash, and they help me do that.
Do you find that they're a unique sounding band?
Yeah.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of different stuff,
Yeah.
so yeah, they've got their own sound
Yeah.
within Brandon bands. I
Yeah.
would say they
Yeah.
stand out. I think every single one of the bands I've mentioned got their own thing.
So far, yeah.
It's different. Blacklight Buddha.
Yeah, there's another local one. They haven't put out a disc yet, but they've got
They
some.
haven't put out a disc, but the kind of music that they choose to play
Yeah.
on stage stands out apart from everybody else. And we all wait for Thunderstruck because, wow. It's
Cool.
amazing. It's amazing. I really like what Groove Kitchen has become.
Yes, it's a very. They're going to be a very busy band, I believe. They're going to be. They seem
Well, I
to
got to
cover.
give dibs out to a chick rocker.
Oh,
I
of
mean,
course.
kid out on stage. I just love it.
She does know how to hold her own. There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A whole lot of Angus I really enjoy.
Oh, those guys are fantastic.
It was funny when I photographed them for the first time because I didn't know what to expect. And they cover AC/DC, but the thing with the band is they all dress like Angus.
Yeah.
So I'm out there on the stage, and all of a sudden these 5 Anguses run out on stage. I snap a picture of one, and usually I make sure to get a shot of every member.
Right.
But because they all look identical, I don't know if I took this guy yet or this guy, and I'm mixing it up, so I just took a million pictures in order to be sure I got one of everybody, so
Right on.
yeah.
Well, that'll do it for our time, I think. I think you might have filled everything. You might have talked about everything. Is there anything else?
And I was just getting to the gossip. Now that we covered the basics,
The gossip will have to wait. for another time.
I do consider myself kind of the bartender to the band, so
Okay.
yeah, we get all the other insides. But too bad, because we're
well,
all out of time.
On that note, we're just going to have to leave it. Thank you very much. And what we're going to do, because I know that there's tons more stories. Come September, we're going to have you in again, and we're really going to get down to the nitty gritty, down to the dirt. We're going to.
Oh, he's calling my bluff.
Yes, I am. And yeah. Anyways, thanks very much for taking the time to come on the show.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure to have known you for all these years, and keep taking good pictures.
I will.